All right, we got good news, Lions fans, and when we need it most, because I think we all know that the San Francisco 49ers are a completely different team, unlike something we've played in the playoffs yet. The Bucs, very good team. The Rams, very good team. Neither of them are the all-around complete team that the 49ers are. In order to beat a team like San Francisco, you need to do a couple things. You need to execute with perfection. You need to out-execute them because they have talent everywhere, but you also need to have big-time players making big-time plays. And Jared Goff came out and had some things to say. He was talking about Jameson Williams, our boy, and he said, matter of time before Jameson Williams breaks out. And he was talking about Williams becoming a more complete receiver. I'm going to get back to this in a second. I'm going to tell you exactly what he said. But first, I'm going to hit you with some of my stuff with JMO. I don't know about you, but watching the last 3 games of the regular season and then watching the first 2 games of the playoffs, it's starting to feel like Jameson Williams is there. He's catching the balls that we're not used to seeing him catch. Kind of the thing with Jameson Williams that we usually see with him is he'll run a deep route. He might catch, I've seen a couple of long touchdowns. He gets end arounds, things like that. We haven't given him an end around lately. You notice that in the playoffs? Are we saving it for the Niners? Maybe. All right. But anyways, we haven't given him one of those. We've only attempted one deep shot to him, if I remember correctly, in the playoffs. He has been running more routes. I mean, he's running 15-yard hitches. He's running in routes. He's running out routes. He's running slants. It seems like he's going there. And I'm just asking myself the question, am I seeing things? And by the way, he's catching. He's made contested catches. He's made open catches. He couldn't make any catches, right? Earlier, last year when he finally got healthy last year and at the beginning of this year, it was drop here, drop there, drop everywhere. He's used to the speed of the game. This is a guy where the game has slowed down for him, and now he is used to it. And Jared Goff is talking about that. He's talking about it. So let's see what he has to say. He said, I think he's just become a part of the offense now. Okay, pause. We'll go back. He's just part of the offense. What that means is they don't bring him in for special occasions. It's not, for the majority of this season, it was simply, Jameson Williams in, one of 2 things is going to happen. One of 3 things. Sorry. It's either going to be a screen pass to him out in the flat or, whatever that is. All right. Or it's going to be an end around or he's going deep. You just see him running and the defense adjusts for it. It's so easy. But that's not what it is now. He said where we don't have to just send him deep. Well, I didn't realize that. All right. Or just send him on certain routes to do certain things. Goff's saying this. He said he can run every route we've got and does a, wait for it, great job with it. This is not, if you watch some of the earlier videos, if you look at earlier quotes with Ben Johnson, with Jared Goff, they've never said this. It's never been, he's doing a great job. It's always been I think it'll click for him. I think it'll click for him. He's right there. Oh, he's right there. We're just working on a couple more things. Ben Johnson even was man, I just thought he'd be further along by now. These are all things that we've heard in the past. And now we have Goff saying he has done a great job with it. He's developed, he went on to say, and he's developed really well this year and continues to get better. Every week, he gets better and better. He's getting better and learning and improving, and it's just a matter of time until he has one of those breakout games where everything comes together. Okay, so here's the question. Is it against the 49ers? I want you to leave a comment in the comment section. Is this JMO's breakout game? I'm looking at this matchup against the San Francisco 49ers. And I'm looking, and I'm going to give an argument here. All right, I'm looking across the board. You have Gibson Sr., you have Logan Ryan on the back end. You've got Lenore and Ward at the corners, two corners that are good, overachieving, but good. Like nobody expected them to have the years that they're having. They're playing phenomenal. Wilkes is putting them in good position. You look at the linebackers, you look at Greenlaw, you look at Fred Warner, right? It feels like that's tough sledding a little bit for the likes of Sam Laporta. Now, I thought it was going to be tough sledding for Sam Laporta against the Buccaneers. It was not. Ben Johnson found ways to match him up with people not named Levante David or Devin White and things like that. So he ended up playing phenomenally. All right, they targeted him on first and second down and things like that. But the difference between the 49ers and the Bucs is you have Devin White for a linebacker for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that is phenomenal in pass coverage, but terrible in run. So what did Ben Johnson do? Well, when Devin White wasn't in there, he threw to Laporta. When Devin White wasn't there, he threw to someone else. Like, it's really simple. Really simple. So I look at this team in the 49ers, and St. Brown's going to get his. He's going to eat. I understand that. But then when I look at the rest of it, there's one thing that sticks out to me. None of these guys have the speed ability to stick with Jameson Williams. And if we can get him involved underneath a couple of times, mid-range, things like that, I think you're going to have the opportunity to hit a couple of deep shots. I really do believe you're going to have the opportunity to hit a couple of deep shots. And then I went and I looked at the schedule for the 49ers. The only time they played a receiver that wasn't on a crippled team at the time, honestly, they didn't. You have Dallas with CeeDee Lamb, all right? Because Pittsburgh, LA, Nakua, it was his second game. Kupp was hurt, all right? Who does New York have? Who does Arizona have? Like, honestly, nobody. I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about some of the guys, but like no quarterback. All right. At the time, no quarterback. This was the official CeeDee Lamb after this game was done. The CeeDee Lamb, throw me the ball, and I'm going to have one of those years nobody's ever seen. I'm going to have one of those stretch, like 10 to 12 games that nobody's ever seen after this. He only got 5 targets. He caught 4 of them for 49 yards against the 49ers in this game. All right. Like, they got hammered by Cincinnati. I remember that game. I'm old enough to remember. All right. They just got pummeled by Cincinnati. And you have to start wondering, and you have to start asking yourself the question, like, oh, what happened there? Right? And what happened there, I'll show you, is Jamar Chase went off. That's what happened there. Good players can beat this defense. Good players can beat this defense. I'm going to say it again. When they're playing people that are really, really good, they have the ability to beat them. And then you look at the rest of the year, and they never saw another person like that. Sure, you've got A.J. Brown in Philadelphia. No problem. That was the beginning of the implosion for the Eagles. Something was wrong. And that team ended up finishing, I think, 1-6. So I think when you look at the receiving core and you have JMO and you have Laporta and you have St. Brown, of course, and then you add the speed of Gibbs, I think we can overwhelm this defense with the multiple versatility that we have. And I think you are going to see a lot of Jahmyr Gibbs in this game. Chris talked about it in his video from yesterday. If you haven't seen it, check it out. How we unleashed him in the fourth quarter. I think we spend a little more time doing that, especially when we have 2 weeks off in between. Love me some Montgomery. Gibbs is different. He's special. So look for Williams. I think it could be a big game. If it's not, we're going to have trouble winning it. But if it is, we got a shot. We got a shot. All right. Hope you like it. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you on the next one.